The war in Ukraine is still raging. April 28, 2026. Meet the Rubaka unit, FPV drones on patrol. And Russian soldiers on the ground are the targets. Out in the open, alone. No armored vehicles, no trenches. Just men walking, resting, trying to survive another day on the front. Watch how the drones operate. Soldier after soldier, spotted and struck. No warning, no safe moment. The Rubaka unit doesn't announce itself. It just finds you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. On this battlefield in 2026, FPV drones don't need to chase. They're already there. If a drone can find you while you're resting, while you're walking alone, with no cover for kilometers, what chance does an individual soldier actually have? This soldier, trying to hide behind a tree, failed to stay concealed. When he encountered the drone, he attempted to defend himself by throwing his helmet. Sumy direction, Ukraine's 129th Heavy Mechanized Brigade, rugby unit. FPV drones locked onto Russian soldiers in open ground. Watch these final moments carefully. No cover, no counter-drone systems, no supporting fire from their own side. Just men standing in the open, completely defenseless, trying to outrun something they can't outrun. Some look up at the last second. Others don't move at all, frozen by the moment. No weapon raised, no radio call for help, nothing. This isn't a battlefield exchange. It's a systematic takedown of soldiers who were never equipped to fight this kind of war. When one side operates FPV drones at scale and the other side has no answer, what happens to the soldiers caught in between? This strike shows one of the most helpless moments on the front line. Two Russian soldiers were trying to hide under a power pole, attempting to stay out of sight from the drone watching them. But the Ukrainian FPV drone had already moved in for the attack. Watch this one carefully. A Russian soldier on a motorcycle, moving fast, tries to jump a ditch. Doesn't make it. Stuck. And that's exactly when the FPV arrives. There's no good timing for a drone to find you. But this might be the worst possible moment. Two soldiers on a motorcycle. The FPV drone closes in from behind. They hear it. Turn. No time. Open road, no cover. Does speed ever save you anymore? This footage shows one of the strangest moments on the front line. Ukraine's 46th Separate Airmobile Brigade targeted a mobile communication tower in Russian-held territory. The initial strike damaged the tower, but then they waited. After some time, a Russian soldier arrived to repair it and climbed up to fix the damage. That's when the FPV drone moved in. Look at the soldier on the tower. He never expected an attack like this. The drone operator circled around, searching for the perfect angle. The soldier didn't know what to do. He didn't even have a weapon to defend himself. Moments later, the drone struck. The tower was taken out completely. The Ukrainian 414th USF Brigade, known as Magyar's Birds, detected a Russian infantryman in camouflage laying fiber optic cable across a field. When the soldier noticed the drone, he began making strange movements. After a while, he even seemed to ignore the fact that he had become the drone's target and continued walking calmly. Several times, he was in a position where he could have tried to defend himself, but he showed no reaction. Inevitably, the drone eventually struck him. This time, a Ukrainian drone operator was conducting a routine reconnaissance in the Donetsk region. Suddenly, a Russian soldier appeared in front of the drone. Upon seeing it, the soldier hesitated and didn't know what to do, and he was unable to escape. Watch how fast this happens. A Ukrainian drone operator from the 414th Brigade, Magyar's Birds, is conducting a routine scan in the Pokrovsk sector when a Russian soldier suddenly appears. He is walking alone along an open road with no cover nearby and completely unaware of the drone above him. The drone immediately turns and closes the distance within seconds. The soldier looks up, but there is no time to react, no time to raise a weapon, and no time to reach cover. When an experienced operator has you in sight, does reaction time even matter anymore? In this footage, the soldier who thought he was hidden behind a tree still failed to escape the drone. He thought the well would hide him, A Russian soldier climbed down into a dry well, hoping the concrete walls would block the drone's eye. Aerial reconnaissance from the 5th Unit of SOF Omega spotted him anyway. One flight, one direct hit. There was no cover deep enough. When even a well doesn't offer safety, is there any hiding place left on this battlefield? South Slobozhansky direction, Ukraine's Strex unit, State Border Guard Service, and this time they caught a Russian drone crew mid-launch. Reconnaissance spotted the position. The operators were preparing to send a drone into the air. The FPV was already on its way. The launch never happened. The site completely destroyed. Chassivar, and the battle for this city is still going. All week, Russian forces used rain and poor visibility to move reserves and resupply their positions, using the weather as cover to avoid Ukrainian drones. The 24th Brigade and attached units held the line regardless. Here's what 1 week of defense produced. A tank destroyed, 7 artillery pieces gone, 359 Russian drones taken down, vehicles, motorcycles, quad bikes, ground robotic systems, communication antennas, electronic warfare equipment, field depots and fortifications, all hit. And 21 confirmed losses on the Russian side, with 24 more wounded. 1 week, 1 city, still Ukrainian. Russia used bad weather to resupply. Ukraine held anyway. How much longer can Chassivar hold under this kind of sustained pressure? This time, the target is a Russian soldier on a motorcycle. He is aware of the drone chasing him and tries to escape across the open terrain at high speed, but he isn't faster than the drone. Despite his speed, the drone manages to catch up. 2 GBU-62 precision bombs, 1 multi-story building, Russian assault troops inside. A Ukrainian Su-27 delivered the strike over Rodinske in the Donetsk region. No warning, no second chances. And on this sector, Russian drone operators thought they were safe behind the lines. They weren't. Signum Battalion located a launch point first. 1 operator eliminated before his drone could ever leave the ground. He never even looked up. Then they turned to the shelters. Trenches, dugouts, underground bunkers. Soldiers hiding in concrete pipes, pressed into dirt walls, squeezing into narrow openings. The drone finds every single one, slides in, detonates, then moves to the next. Watch the footage. Position after position, shelter after shelter, systematically cleared. This isn't chaos. This is methodical. The pilots work through the sector until nothing is left standing. Every operator taken out means fewer eyes in the sky for Russian artillery. Every shelter destroyed means fewer soldiers to hold the line. This is how Signum weakens the defense before the infantry ever moves forward. If a drone can find you underground, inside a bunker, behind concrete, where do you even hide anymore? Tuapse, again. Ukrainian drones struck this Rosneft oil refinery on the Black Sea coast for the 3rd time this month. A large-scale fire forced the evacuation of nearby streets. This time, new storage tanks that had survived previous attacks were burning. But the damage goes far beyond the refinery gates. An oil slick has spread across 10,000 square meters of the Black Sea and 50 kilometers of coastline, visible from space. Ukraine's drone operators from the 1st Separate Center and the 413th Raid Regiment, working alongside Special Operations Forces, have turned this critical export hub into a proving ground. Now it's bound for nothing. The facility has been shut down since April 16th, following the first strike. 3 strikes, 2 weeks, 1 message. This is economic warfare delivered at range, and the fires are still burning. Ukrainian FP-1 kamikaze UAVs carried out a strike on a storage site linked to Russian Iskander-M tactical missile systems in the area of Ovrazhki village, Crimea. The target was identified as part of a logistics and storage facility used to support short-range ballistic missile operations. Once the location was confirmed, FP-1 drones were deployed in a coordinated attack, hitting the site directly and triggering secondary damage across the facility. That's everything for today. Here's where the front stands as of April 28th, day 1525 of this war. Over the past day alone, 226 combat engagements were recorded across the front, with the Pokrovsk sector seeing the heaviest fighting. 52 assault attempts repelled towards Belitske, Rodinske, Mirnohrad, Pokrovsk, and other positions. Russian forces launched 76 airstrikes, dropped 247 guided bombs, and deployed over 6,250 kamikaze drones in just 24 hours. Simultaneously, Ukrainian long-range drones continue to strike deep inside Russia. Since the start of the full-scale war, Ukraine's drone strike range has extended by 170%, reaching targets as far as 1,750 kilometers behind the front line. Russian total losses since February 2022 have now crossed 1,327,640 personnel, with an additional 1,180 losses recorded in the past day alone. 91,986 vehicles and fuel tankers destroyed. Russian forces keep advancing. The numbers keep climbing, and none of it is moving the line. If you made it this far, drop a comment. Tell us which clip stood out today. Subscribe for daily Frontline coverage. No agenda, just the footage and the facts.